grapplers, in my personal opinion, I'm not just telling you facts, but my personal opinion, the best grapplers can mix things from other grappling arts, right? Pure jiu-jitsu guy, you know what he's got. Pure wrestler, you know what he's got. Pure samist or whatnot, whatever, right? So you got guys that are gonna grapple a certain way. And then you've got things that can completely cross over from one grappling art to the other. There's things that will cross over from wrestling to jiu-jitsu. Multiple activations when it comes to self-defense, and then they're just grappling when it comes to certain things they do. Same thing with judo. Same thing with jiu-jitsu in wrestling or jiu-jitsu in judo, right? There's people crossing over. We've seen unprecedented amount of males and females joining high school wrestling in America, right? And you see a lot of kids doing little wrestling or jiu-jitsu techniques in the middle of a wrestling match, right? Just little variations. And so something that has been around for multiple millennia, not just me, is the switch in wrestling, okay? And this goes from someone being on my back or in front of me to me on their back in an instant. And as a jiu-jitsu practitioner, it's like the back is king, right? So like as soon as I see certain things from wrestlers or judokas that are a little bit different from the traditional jiu-jitsu style, but is like 1000% legit, then it's like light bulb, that goes off, I want to do that, right? And so one of those is the switch, and there's many variations of the switch, but also the thing about when we do some crossover techniques, you know, the jiu-jitsu guy, for example, you guys heard of the twister, right? So the jiu-jitsu style twister is just some extra more confirmed grips, a little bit longer control. You can creep up the body a little bit differently. Wrestling's I grab the arm, rip around, I try and get to the pin, and they call it the wrestler's guillotine. So sometimes even when we cross over grappling arts, you know, like if a jiu-jitsu guy's doing something in wrestling, sometimes we jiu-jitsu-fy that wrestling technique, if that makes sense, right? So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna jiu-jitsu some wrestling, if that, right? I have my gray belt kids, yellow belt kids drill this for the last 20 years of my teaching. I have adults do this, so I'll just do a super beginner thing. Aaron, you're in all red. Can I use you? Aaron's one of my, well, her husband, that's his brown belt, but he's my black belt. They're from Tulsa. Say hello. I love putting her on the spot. Anyways, so first thing we're gonna do, can you just say hands and knees, like on your hands and knees? Good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do like a loose half guard, and she's gonna have her hand outside of me, just like this, hands on the mat. Okay, so we're just totally loose. We're not in actual position. I'm gonna take my arm and I'm gonna go over. So that I could watch all of you do the same technique, I would prefer all of you use your right arm in the beginning, just so I can see if you're doing it step by step correct before you switch and do the other side wrong. I'm gonna reach inside and I'm gonna grab her inner thigh. Okay, I wanna reach all the way around. I don't wanna just hold it, and I don't wanna reach oil check-in. So my shoulder now needs to cause an omoplata movement. So I want her face to be in the dirt. So this is what I would like to have happen, so that she can't wrestle as much. If I let her stay on her hand, she's gonna build her base stand, body lock, jump over, all kinds of different things that she can do. Okay, now another thing that I would like you to understand is I'm almost directly, hip to hip in front of her. So a little bit will be okay, as you'll start to see I can do some of this while I do that. Okay, so I'm up, over, grabbing the inside of the thigh kind of by the knee, and I'm gonna scoot out as I drive shoulder pressure, don't hurt your opponent, and I'm like this, right? This one can now become a hook. I can swing up for momentum. If this one's a super pain in the butt, holding on or something like that, it's very easy to just move the arm, and then I come up. I'm grabbing this far side in, I call it a hand hook. I'm extending my arm and trying to spread her legs as I widen my knee look. Right, so now I cover her hip, and I've got her knees nice and wide. It's hard for her to counter wrestle. I can start taking it back. All right, so let's all just, I just went skateboarding and landed on my hip too. I'm over, under, grab the thigh, scoot out, hip, shoulder all the way down. Don't go here. Can you limp arm out, Aaron? Yeah, so that's not what I want. I want down to the mat. I come up. Sometimes her arm will get stuck, sometimes not. My hand goes to here first. You can jump on the seatbelt, don't get me wrong. But 99% of my black belts and people I roll with are a little bit shorter than me. I'm a tall dude. Can you sit the butterfly? They do that very easily, right? But stay sitting up next time. But watch, when I do the hand hook, can you sit the butterfly? No, so it's especially no-gi, I want the moments in time, the extra seconds of control.
to be on my side of the playing field, not hers. So that hand hook gets me the time to go from here to here. And then on my hips are covering her hips and I'm on top. Okay, last time. She's got her hands down on the mat. I inside hook the bottom of the leg. I start to scoot out, put my shoulder on the mat, throwing my right hook, and then I can come on up. Hand hook covers her hip. Then you can chase the back or whatnot. There's all kinds of different hand fighting and, you know, a million different things. I'm just trying to get you up to that hand hook and cover her hips with one hook. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. One person do it 4 times and then switch. Ready, set.